Hey everybody, welcome back to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel. In today's really fun video, we're going to make some amazing, easy, authentic pizza dough. The recipe I'm making today will yield 2 very large pizzas. I have 4 cups of flour. This is 600 grams. I am using pizza flour, but you can also use all-purpose flour, which is called plain flour in many parts of the world. 390 grams of water, and this is 1 2/3 of a cup. 2 teaspoons of salt, 10 grams. Half a teaspoon of instant yeast, 1.5 grams. And our last ingredient, a half an ounce of olive oil, 15 grams. So those are the ingredients. Let's get started. For my first step, I'm going to get all of my flour into my mixer. That's good. If you want information about this mixer, I have it underneath the video in the description box. This is the Pro Baker 5 Plus. To our flour, I'm going to add in our yeast. Just give that a little bit of a stir. I always like to do that. That just hides that yeast in the flour. And then my salt. Get that right in. And if you want, you can give that a little bit of a stir as well. That's good. Olive oil. So you can see how easy this recipe is. And that's it. And if you're wondering if you can make pizza dough like this in your standard KitchenAid mixer, yes you can. I have dozens of videos showing how to make pizza dough in that type of mixer. And our last ingredient, our water. Just get that right in there. My water is not warm. It's at around cold to lukewarm temperature. If you're making your recipe today and you also want to make pizza today, then just use a little bit of warm water instead of the lukewarm to cold water. That just helps with yeast reproduction. So now I'm going to close down my safety lid. I'm going to go to the back of the machine. I'm going to turn on a light. As soon as I turn on the light, you're going to see a nice little light illuminate inside the bowl. Watch this. That's a nice little bonus. I'm going to come over to this side of the machine. I've got my little switch here, and I'm just going to turn this up to number 3. That's about 120 RPM. You can hear how silent this mixer is. If you want to see this, I'll turn it up a little bit more. That's full, and you can hear how quiet it is. It's an amazing little mixer. I'm going to turn this down, just like that. So I'm going to let this go now for 14 minutes, and then I'll be back. Alexa, set a timer for 14 minutes. My 14-minute timer just went off, but I'm just going to let this go a little bit more so you can see what's going on. I'm just going to turn this so you can see it a little bit better. Just like that. And if anybody has one of these mixers and you're experiencing those little noises, little banging noises that are coming from deep inside the machine, let me know what you think they are. Here, there's another one. That started happening a few months ago. It doesn't affect the actual machine at all, but there's something going on in the inside, and I don't know what it is. It could be a belt that might be slipping off somewhere. I don't really know. I did open it up, but there's only so far you can open it up before taking too much of a chance with the internal digital parts that are in there. But anyway, you can see, nice job. I'm going to lift this up. Look at that nice dough. Really, really nice. So I'm going to remove it from the bowl, and then I'll be back. I'm going to turn my scale on. This is optional. You don't have to do this. I'm making 2 dough balls with this today, so you could just eyeball it and, try to get it even. But what I like to do is just weigh it out because it's just too easy to do this. Just get that on there. I add the water so that the dough doesn't stick as much to the scale. 1,008 grams. So we need about 504 grams, or just over a pound. Let's get that on there. Around 504, something like that. So just cut and add, cut and add. Getting there. There's 480. There's 497. There's 502. Let's try that one. Get that on there. Oh, my scale went off. Come on, let's go. Get that back on. We'll see what that is. 506. So if I take a tiny bit off of here, I think we'll be good. There's 503. Let's add that on there. Try that one now. There we go, 505, close enough. So 1 pound is exactly 454 grams. So get that out of the way. And now to the fun part. Make sure I'm on camera. Get all our little pieces together. Always put your pieces on the bottom, and that's going to become the bottom. Do not use any flour at this point, so you don't want to start changing the dough. So I pull everything together to the middle, flip it over, and then I get in and turn. Just like that. Give it a little bit of a roll. See how nice that is? So basically by doing this, when you're doing it, you're pulling all of that dough towards the bottom. Well, that looks perfect. An oiled bowl I have here. There's one. We'll get the next one going. Push it all out. Get it all in. So I've just sprayed that with a little bit of olive oil. I spray the bottom of the bowl. That just helps the dough come out. So I'm going in here. A little bit of a roll. That looks good. And then right in. And now I'm going to spray the top of both dough balls with a little bit of olive oil spray. That will just keep them nice and moist, keep them from drying out, and then I cover them with plastic wrap. So both of my dough balls have now been sprayed with olive oil, and then I'm just going to cover them with plastic wrap. Just get that on there. And our next one. And that is how easy it is to make pizza dough. So if you have just made your pizza dough and you want to use it the same day, just leave it on your counter until the dough starts blowing up. You're going to see it expand. It'll come right up and it'll actually start pushing against the plastic wrap, and sometimes it'll even pop up kind of like a cupcake or a muffin. Because these doughs right now are at room temperature, it doesn't take but maybe 2 to 3 hours before that happens. Now I am not making pizza today, I am making pizza tomorrow, so I am going to do a 24-hour slow cold ferment. So I leave the doughs here on my counter for 30 minutes and then they go into the fridge until tomorrow. In last week's video where I was doing some pizza dough, I was saying that once these doughs go into the fridge, there's no activity that's going on. And that wasn't exactly how I wanted to phrase that. You're not going to, visually, you're not going to see a lot of activity. So you're going to look at the doughs and you're going to say, oh, there's nothing happening. But actually, under the hood or inside those dough balls, there is a lot of activity, but not like it would be if the doughs were at room temperature. In a cold environment, that yeast just slows down, it gets very sluggish, and it almost goes to sleep, but not 100%. So there is a little bit of activity going on, it's just that you don't see much happening. So instead of the doughs becoming very explosive at room temperature, if you were going to be doing the doughs today, those doughs just are really relaxed, they're just chilled out, and they're just slowly fermenting inside and just creating a lot of really nice flavors. So I'll bring them out about 5 hours before I want to use them tomorrow night. And in the last 2 hours or so, then I start seeing a lot of activity. That dough starts to get really nice and, it warms up. And next thing you know, it just starts blowing up and you can see that the dough is ready to use. So that's it for this really fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish. And if you're on Facebook, I'm also over there at BakeLikeAPro. So no matter which way you do these, if you do them in your regular kitchen oven or if you do them outside on a pizza oven, you're going to have excellent results. If you're doing these inside on your kitchen oven, you want to aim for a temperature of 550 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's about 288 degrees Celsius. And total bake time at that temperature is about 8 to 10 minutes. So that really is the end of this video. As always, I like to finish off the video just showing you a few of the photos that I took of the finished pizzas. So thanks for watching. And please subscribe to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel and also click that notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a brand new video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. On the screen now, you can choose a video to watch, or you can also click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it.